take it much and kindly that thou, Iago, who hast had my purse as if the strings were thine own, shouldst know of this.
Oh, by the faith of man, I know my price. I am worth no worse a place than this, but he, one Michael Cassio, a Florentine, must his lieutenant be, and I, God bless the mark, Othello's ensign.
By heaven, I rather would have been his hangman.
There's no remedy. 'Tis the curse of service.
Then I would not follow him.
Oh, sir, content you. I follow him to serve my turn upon him. We cannot all be masters, nor can all masters not be truly followed, you shall mock. Heaven is my judge, not for love and duty, but seeming so for my peculiar end. I am not what I am.
What a full fortune does the thick lips owe if he cannot carry it thus?
Call up her father.
Away, thieves! Away, Brabantio! Look your house, your daughter, and your bags! Thieves!
What is the meaning of this terrible summons? What is the matter here?
Signor! Is all your family within?
I know you, Roderigo, and have charged thee not to hunt about my doors. In honest plainness, thou hast heard me say, my daughter is not for thee.
Are your doors locked?
Why? Wherefore you ask of this?
Even now, very now, an old black ram is topping your white ewe.
What profane wretch art thou?
I am one that comes to tell you that your daughter and Othello are making the beast with two backs.
Thou art a villain!
You are a senator!
What have thee to say of this, Roderigo?
Sir, I will answer anything. But I beseech you, straight satisfy yourself. If she be in your house, or in her chamber, unleash the justice of the state upon me, for thus deluding you.
Strike upon the tinder. Oh. Give me a taper. Call all my people. This accident is not unlike my dream. Belief of it oppresses me already. Light, I say! Light!
Farewell, for I must leave you.
The goodness of the night upon you, friends.
I pray you, sir. Are you fast married?
Sir, you are hotly called for.
Have with you.
Signor, it is Othello.
Down, foul thief!
Keep up your bright swords, as the morning dew shall rust them.
Where hast you stolen my daughter, foul thief? Damned as thou art, thou hast enchanted her. Subdue him at his peril.
Hold your hands. Were it my cue to fight, I should know it without a prompter. Where will you I go to answer this charge?
To prison, till fit of time, for a course of action.
What if I do obey? How will the Duke be therewith satisfied? Whose messenger be in my company to accompany me to him?
It is true, most worthy Signor. The Duke's in council, and your noble self, I'm sure, is sent for.
The Duke in council at this time of night? Bring him away.
Ah, valiant Othello, we must straight employ you against the general enemy on them. Noble Signor, we lacked your counsel and help tonight.
As did I yours, your grace. Neither was it my place, nor did I hear of business that got me out of bed. My daughter, oh, my daughter.
Dead?
She's been abused, stolen, and corrupted.
Whoever he be in this foul proceeding hath thus beguiled your daughter of herself and you of her. You yourself shall the bloody book of law read in the bitter letter after your own sense.
I thank you, your grace. Here is the man.
Othello? What in your own part can you say to this?
Most potent, grave, and reverend signors, my very noble and good approved masters, that I have taken away the old man's daughter, 'tis most true. I have married her, 'tis the head of my offense. Rude am I in speech, and little blessed am I with the phrase of peace. Till now some 9 moons wasted their dearest actions in the tented field, and a little of this great world can I speak. More than pertains to the feats of broil and battle, and therefore little shall I grace my cause in speaking of myself. Yet by your gracious patience I will round an unvarnished tale deliver of my whole course of love. What drugs, what charms, what conjurations, and what mighty magic magic. For such proceedings I am charged with. I won his daughter.
A maiden never so bold, of spirit so still and quiet, that in spite of nature, to fall in love was something she feared to look on.
I do beseech you, send for the lady, and let her speak with me to her father. If you do find me foul in her report, the trust, the office I do hold, not only take away, but let your sentence fall on my life.
Fetch Desdemona.
Her father loved me, oft invited me, still questioned me the story of my life. From year to year, the battles, sieges, fortunes that I passed, even from my boyish days, to the very moment he bade me to tell it, wherein I spake the most disastrous chances, of moving accidents by flood and field, of hair-breadth escapes, the imminent deadly breach of being taken by the insolent foe and sold to slavery, and of the cannibals that each other eat, and the anthropophagi and men whose heads do grow beneath their shoulders. This to hear would Desdemona seriously incline, but still the house of affairs would draw her thence, which ever as she could with haste dispatch, she'd come again, with a greedy ear devour up my discourse, which I observing took once upon a pliant hour, and found good means to draw from her a prayer of earnest heart. She gave me for my pains a world of sighs. She swore in faith 'twas strange. 'Twas passing strange, 'twas pitiful, 'twas wondrous pitiful. She loved me for the dangers I passed, and I loved her that she did pity them. This only was the witchcraft I had used.
Come hither, gentle mistress. Do you perceive in all this noble company who most you owe obedience?
My noble father, to you I am bound by life and education. My life and education do learn me how to respect you. You are the lord of duty, and I am hitherto your daughter. But here is my husband, and so much duty as my mother showed to you, preferring you before her father, I must show to Othello, my lord.
God be with you. I'd rather to adopt a child than get it. Come here, Othello. I would rather not keep thee from each other if you have the heart for it. So, I humbly beseech you, proceed with the affairs of state.
The Turk, with most mighty preparation, makes for Cyprus. Othello, the fortitude of the place is best known to you. You must away tonight.
Most gracious Duke,
What would you, Desdemona?
that I did love Othello to live with him. By his dear absence, let me go with him.
Let her have your voices, and heaven defend your good souls, that you think I will your good and serious business scant because she is with me.
Be it as you shall privately determine, either for her stay or going, the affair cries haste, and speed must answer it.
With all my heart.
At 9 in the morning, here we will meet again. All of you, a good night. And, noble Signor, if virtue no delighted beauty lack, your son-in-law is far more fair than black.
Look to her, Othello, if you have eyes to see. She has deceived her father, and made thee.
My life upon her faith, honest Iago, my Desdemona must I leave to thee. I prithee, let thy wife attend on her, and I bring them in best advantage. Come, we must obey the time.
Good night, my lord.
Iago!
What sayest thou, noble heart?
What will I do, thinkest thou?
Why, go to bed and sleep.
No, I will incontinently drown myself.
If thee thus, I shall never love thee after.
It is silliness to live when to live is torment.
Oh, villainous! I have looked upon the world for 4 times 7 years, and I have not met a man who knows how to love himself. Ere I would say I would drown myself for the love of a guinea hen, I would change my humanity with a baboon.
What should I do? I confess it is a shame to be so fond, but it is not in my virtue to amend it.
Virtue a fig. It is in ourselves that we are either thus or thus. We have reason to cool our raging motions, our carnal stings, our unbidden lusts. It is as if you see love to be a sect or scion.
It cannot be.
It is merely a lust of the blood and a permission of the will. Come, be a man. Drown thyself. Drown cats and blind puppies. I have professed me thy friend, and I confessed me knit to thy cables of perdurable toughness. I can never better slip thee. Put money in thy purse. Disguise thy features with an usurped beard, I say. Put money in thy purse. It cannot be that Desdemona should long continue her love to Othello. Put money in thy purse. When she is sated with this body, she will find the error of her ways. She must, therefore, put money in thy purse. If thou needs wills damn themselves, you can do it in a kinder way than drowning. Make all the money thou canst. If sanctimony and a frail vow betwixt an erring barbarian and a super subtle Venetian not too hard for my wits and all the tribe of hell, you shalt enjoy her. Therefore, make money. A pox of drowning thyself, it is a clean out of the way. Seek thou rather to be hanged encompassing thy joy than to be drowned and go without her.
Wilt thou be fast to depend on my hopes on the issue?
Thou art sure of me. Go, make money. We'll have more of this tomorrow.
Where shall we meet in the morning?
At my lodging.
I will be with thee betimes.
Go to, farewell. Do you hear, Roderigo?
What sayest thou?
No more of drowning.
I am changed. I will sell all my land.
Thus do I have make my fool my purse. For my own gay knowledge should profane, if I would expend time with such a snipe, but for sport and profit. I hate Othello, and it is thought abroad that twixt my sheets he hath done my office. I know not if it be true, but I, for mere suspicion in that kind, will do as if for surety. He holds me well. The better shall my purpose work on him. Now Cassio's a proper man. Let me see now. To get his place and plume up my will and double knavery. How? I have it. It is engendered. Helen Knight must bring this monstrous birth to the world's light.
Oh, my fair warrior.
My dear Othello.
It brings me pleasure beyond my content to see you here before me. Good news, friends. Our wars are done. The Turks are drowned.
Ooh.
Worthy Montano, how does my acquaintance of thee?
I am well.
Honey, you shall be well desired here on this isle. I have found great love amongst them.
Oh, you are well tuned now, but I'll set down the pegs that make this music as honest as I am. If thou beest valiant, list me. The lieutenant tonight watches on the court of the god. Desdemona is directly in love with him.
With him? Why, 'tis not possible.
Lay thy finger thus, and let thy soul be instructed. Mark me, her eye must be fed. Her very nature will instruct her and then compel her to some second choice.
I cannot believe it. She's full of most blessed condition.
Didst thou not see her paddle with the palm of his hand? Didst not mark that?
Yes, that I did. But that is but courtesy.
Lechery by this hand. Their lips were so close together that their breasts embrace. Oh, villainous thoughts, Roderigo. Be on the watch tonight, not far from me. Do you find any occasion to anger Cassio?
Well,
Welcome, Iago. We must to the watch.
Oh, not yet, Lieutenant. 'Tis not yet 10 of the clock. Our General Othello cast us early for the love of his Desdemona, who we therefore now blame.
She's a most exquisite lady.
And I warrant her full of game.
Oh, she is indeed perfection.
Well, happiness to the sheets. Come, Lieutenant, I have a stoup of wine and a brace of Cyprus gallants who would have fain a measure for the health of Othello.
Ooh, not tonight, good Iago. I have very unhappy brains for drinking.
They are our friends. But 1 cup? I'll drink for you.
But I've already had 1 cup tonight, and I dare not task my weakness with any more.
Oh, what man? 'Tis a night of revels. Come on, the gallants desire it.
Oh, where are they? Let's have no more of this. Let's look to our affairs, and let's look to our business. Do not think that I am drunk. This is my ensign, This is my right hand, and this is my left. I am not drunk. I can speak well enough, and I can stand well enough. You mustn't think that I am drunk.
Nope. To the platform, masters. Come. Let's set the watch.
See that man before? He's a soldier stand to fit by Caesar and give direction, but I do see his vice.
But is he often thus?
'Tis evermore the prologue to his sleep.
You rogue. You rascal.
What's the matter, Lieutenant?
A knave teach me my duty. I'll beat the knave into a twig and bottle.
Leave me then!
Dost thou prate, rogue?
I pray you, sir, hold your hand!
Let's go with me, or I'll throw you over the mazzard.
Come, you're drunk.
Drunk? Mutiny! Mutiny!
Boys, men, gentlemen, Montano, Cassio, stop! Othello!
Hold for your lives. The next to call for his rage holds lightly to his soul. What is the matter, masters?
Worthy Othello, I am hurt to danger. Your officer, Iago, can inform you.
By heaven, Iago, who began it?
If thou dost deliver more or less than truth, thou art no soldier.
Touch me not so near. I'd rather have this tongue cut from my mouth than to do offense to Michael Cassio. But yet I persuaded myself to speak the truth. Thus it is, General. Montano and myself being in speech, there comes a fellow crying out for help. But men are men, the best sometimes forget, though Cassio did some little wrong to him, as men enraged strike those that wish them best.
Thy love and honesty doth mince thy words, Iago. I love you, Cassio. But no longer can you be officer of mine.
What's the matter?
My love be lifted up and praise be. But I must make an example of thee. Come along now, sweeting. Iago, look after the town, and put away any of these brawls that have rised up from this commotion. Come, Desdemona.
What, are you hurt, Lieutenant?
I passed all surgery. I've lost my reputation, Iago. I've lost the immortal part of myself, and what remains is bestial. My reputation, Iago, my reputation.
I, being an honest man, thought you received some bodily wound. There's more sense in that than in reputation. What man? You are merely discast a shadow in the general's opinion. A punishment more in policy than in malice. Come, sue to him again, he shall accept you.
I would rather sue to be despised than to deceive so good a commander, with so slight, so drunk, and so indiscreet an officer. Drunk!
Oh, come. A good wine is a good familiar creature when well used. Exclaim no more against it. And Lieutenant, I think you think I love you.
I advise it well, sir.
I'll tell you what you shall do. Our general's wife is now the general. Confess yourself freely to her. The crack of your love shall grow stronger than it ever was before.
You advise me well, sir.
I protest in honest kindness and sincerity.
I think it freely.
Come, Lieutenant, I must to the watch.
Good night, honest Iago.
How am I then a villain, when the advice I give is free and honest? His soul is so unfettered to her love that she may make, unmake, do what she list, even as her appetite shall play the god with his weak function. How am I then a villain? When devils do their blackest sins put on, they first do suggest with heavenly shows as I do now. I will turn her virtue to pitch, and I will create the net that will enmesh them all.
I do follow in the chase, not like a hound that hunts, but one that fills up the cry. So I, with no money at all, and a little more wit, will return again to Venice.
How poor are they without patience? What wound did not heal by but degrees? Cassio hath beaten thee, but I say content thyself. Away, return tomorrow, and I shall give you more hereafter. Nay, thee gone.
Bounteous madam, what shall ever become of Michael Cassio? He's never anything but your true servant.
I know it, and I thank you. Madame, here comes thy lord. How now, good lord? I've been talking with the suitor here, a man who languishes in your displeasure.
Who is it, you mean?
Why, your Lieutenant Cassio.
Perdition catch my soul, but I do love thee, and when I love thee not, chaos is come again.
My noble lord,
What dost thou say, Iago?
did Michael Cassio, when he first wooed my lady, know of your love?
He did from first to last. Why does thou ask?
I did not think he had been acquainted with her.
Oh yes, he went between us very oft.
Indeed.
Indeed, indeed. What dost thou discern from this? Is he not honest?
Honest, my lord.
Honest? What dost thou think?
Think, my lord.
Think, my lord, by heaven he echoes me. Thou dost mean something. Show me thy thought.
Men should be what they seem. I think Cassio's an honest man.
Nay, yet there's more in this. Speak to me as thy thinks. As thou dost ruminate, give thy worst of thoughts, the worst of words.
I do beseech you. I do beseech you, and perchance I am vicious in my guest, and I confess it is my nature's plague to oft spy into abuses and jealousies that shape faults, nor my manhood, honesty, or wisdom to let you know my thoughts.
What dost thou mean?
Good name in man and woman, dear my lord, is the immediate jewel of their souls. Who steals my purse steals trust. 'Tis something, 'tis nothing, 'twas mine, is yours. 'Tis has been a slave to thousands. But he that filches from me my good name robs me of not which enriches him and makes me poor indeed.
By heaven, I'll know thy thoughts.
You cannot, if my heart were in your hand, nor shall not whilst in my custody. Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster which doth mock the meat it feeds on.
Why is this? Think I'll know this make a lie of jealousy to follow still the changes of the moon? With fresh suspicions, no. Nor from mine own weak merits I will draw the smallest of fear or the doubt of her revolt. No, Iago, I'll see before I doubt. And when I doubt, prove. Away at once with love or jealousy.
I am glad of it. Look to your wife. Observe her well with Cassio. Look to it. I know our very country disposition well. In Venice they do not let heaven see the pranks they dare not show their husbands.
Dost thou say so?
She did deceive her father marrying you.
And so she did.
Why, go then. I am much to blame. I humbly do beseech you for your pardon, for too much loving you.
I am bound to thee forever.
I see this hath dashed your spirits.
Not a jot. Not a jot.
I fear it has. I hope you will consider what is spoke comes from my love, but I do see her moved. I pray to you to not strain my speech to grosser issues, nor to larger reach than to suspicion.
I will not.
Should you do so, my lord, my speech should fall into such vile successes as my thoughts aim not at. Cassio is my worthy friend, my lord. I see you moved.
No, not much. I do not think Desdemona's but honest.
Long live she so, and long live you to think so.
And yet, how nature erring from itself.
Aye, there's the point. We see in all things nature tend, but pardon me, I do not in position distinctly speak of her. Though I may fear her will, recoiling to a better judgment, may fall into match you her country forms and happily repent.
Farewell, farewell. If thou dost perceive more, let me know more. Leave me, Iago.
My lord, I take my leave.
Why did I marry?
My lord, scan this no further. Leave it to time. I do beseech your honor. Hold her free.
Oh, curse of marriage, that we can call these delicate creatures ours, and not their appetites.
Oh no, my dear Othello, the islanders have most graciously welcomed you to dinner.
I am to blame.
Why do you speak so faintly? Are you not well?
I will go with you.
I have a thing for you.
A thing for me? It is a common thing to have a foolish wife.
Oh, is that all? What will you give me now for the same handkerchief?
What handkerchief?
What handkerchief? Why, that Othello first gave Desdemona, that which you so oft...
Has stolen it from her? The more already changes with my poisons. Dangerous conceits are in the nature's poisons, which at the first are scarce found to distaste, but with a little act upon the blood burn like the mines of sulphur. Look, Not poppy, nor mandragora, nor all the drowsy syrups in the world shall ever medicine thee to that sweet slumber which thou owedst yesterday. Why, how now, General?
Avaunt! Be gone! 'Tis better to be much abused than to know but a little.
How now, my lord?
Ah, I had been happy. If all the pioneers, if the general, if the whole camp had tasted my wife's sweet body, gone is my tranquility, gone is my contempt, gone is Othello's occupation.
Is it possible, my lord?
Villain, be sure that thou prove my love a whore. Give thee ocular proof, or thou wish there had been proved a dog.
My noble lord.
If thou slander her and torture me, never pray more. Abandon all remorse.
Oh, grace, oh, heaven forgive me. I will never be direct and honest, for it is not safe. I will love any friend no more, for love such breeds such offense.
Nay, stay. Thou shalt be honest.
Ah, thou should be wise. Honesty is dangerous.
Ah, my wife's be honest, and I think she's not. I think thou'st be just, and I think she's not. I willst be satisfied.
I see you are eaten up with a passion, sir, and I do repent that I put it in you. You would be satisfied, my lord?
Would. Nay, I will.
How satisfied? Would you, the supervisor, grossly gape on, behold her topped?
Death and damnation.
I think it'd be a bit tedious to bring them to that prospect. Damn them, then. What shall I say? Where's satisfaction?
Oh, if she be disloyal, give me a living reason she'd be disloyal.
Well, I sleep with Cassio recently, and there are some men so loose of soul that they sometimes mutter their affairs in their sleep. Cassio is one of these men. The other night I lay with him, and he grabs my hand, and he puts his leg over mine, and he kissed me and cried, "Oh, curse thee that gave thee to Othello."
Monstrous, monstrous!
Nay, this was but his dream. But tell me this, have you sometimes seen a handkerchief spotted with strawberries in your wife's hand?
Oh, it was my first gift to her.
That I know not. But I do know today I saw Cassio with that same handkerchief wipe his beard.
If it be that.
Where should I lose my handkerchief, Emilia?
I know not, madame.
Believe me, I'd rather lose my purse of crusados. But my noble Moors, of good thought, true thought, and no such baseness as jealous creatures are, it wouldn't be enough to provoke his ill thought, though.
Is he not jealous?
Who he? Oh, how are you, my noble lord?
Well, how does you, Desdemona?
Well, my good lord.
That handkerchief an Egyptian to my mother did give, and she said that it would make my mother amiable, and it would make my father subdued.
Is it possible?
'Tis true, there's magic in the web of it.
Indeed, it's true.
Most veritable. Look to it well.
And would to God I had never seen it.
Ha! Wherefore?
Why do you speak so startlingly and rash?
Say it is not so. Is it gone?
Heaven bless us.
Say you.
I say it is not lost, but what and if it were?
How?
I say it is not lost.
Fetch it.
Why, so I can, but not now. This is a trick to pull me from my suit. Pray you, let Cassio be received again.
Fetch me my handkerchief. My mind misgives me.
Come, come, you'll never find a more sufficient man.
Why, handkerchief.
I pray you, receive Cassio.
My handkerchief!
A man that hath founded his good fortunes on your love, shared dangers with you.
The handkerchief!
In sooth, you are to blame.
Zounds!
Is not this man jealous?
I never saw this before.
'Tis a year or two shows us a man. They are all but stomachs and we all but food. They eat us hungrily, and when they are full, they belch us.
But if I give my wife a handkerchief?
What then?
Why, then it is hers, my lord, and she may, I think, bestow it on any man.
Hath he said anything?
He hath, my lord, but be well assured, no more than he'll unswear.
What did Cassio say?
Faith, I know not what he did.
What?
Lie.
What? With her?
With her, on her, what he will.
Zounds, that's foulsome.
Work on, my medicine, work. Thus credulous fools are caught in many worthy and chaste aims. Even thus all guiltless meet reproach. Othello, my lord! Othello!
What's the matter?
My lord has fallen into an epilepsy. This is his second fit. He had one yesterday.
Rub him about the temples.
No. Nay thee be gone. He will recover straight, and when he's done, I will talk to you on great occasion. How is it, General? Have you not hurt your head?
Dost thou mock me?
Mock you, no. By heaven. Cassio came and spoke with me. I bade him to return later, which he promised. Patience. How do you now, Lieutenant?
Words that you give addition to, whose want even kills me.
Apply to Desdemona well, and you'll be sure on it. Now, if this suit lay in Bianca's power, how quickly you should speed.
Alas, poor wretch.
Look how he laughs
she
already.
Puts it out that you will marry her. Do you intend it?
Prithee, what a customer. Give me charity to my wit.
Oh, look, there she comes now. After her.
How shall I murder him, Iago?
Did you see how he laughed at his vice?
Oh, give me some poison this very night.
Do it not with poison. Strangle her in her bed.
Good. The justice of it pleases me.
And Cassio, let me be his undertaker. You shall hear more by midnight. My noble lord.
You're in the biting stage.
Alright, we're on it.
Beat me then!
Like you're gonna kill me. There's no blade. Ow!
Ninja Todd.
Todd! You're innocent.
For the same handkerchief.